David's mom, Colleen Berg, has been spotted shopping at a Texas pawn and gun store. She was seen leaving the Tomball Pawn and Jewelry near Houston on Thursday, holding an instruction manual for an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle.
We got a phone call from here saying that somebody was dead. Is there somebody else that lives on this property that has your address? What's your address? We got an address. There was a gunshot and a woman screamed.
We spend our years chasing everything, and then we're gonna die with nothing. So just make sure your spiritual hands are full before you leave this earth. Read that Bible, stay in that word, stay inspired, stay prayed up.
I've got some shocking updates for you all about the David investigation. His family just went through a terrifying situation. They were swatted by police, and now people connected to Celeste are finally speaking out. Let's break down what happened with the police. This didn't go down at David's Hollywood Hills home, but at his parents' house back in Texas, where his siblings also live. Swatting is no joke. It's a dangerous and criminal prank. And David's parents ended up surrounded by cops with heavy weapons after someone reported a fake emergency. Local authorities say they received a 911 call claiming there were gunshots and a woman screaming at the home. When the officers arrived, body cam footage shows David's mom calmly explaining that 4 people lived there: her, David's dad, and his younger siblings. But David himself wasn't there. In the background, you can even hear his father telling the cops, "Somebody's messing with us."
But it's just me and my daughter, the only females here. She's 8.
Yeah. Who was
4
the
of us
person?
live in the house. My son?
Your son?
Yes.
Okay, he's upstairs?
Yes. My daughter is upstairs as well.
As his mom looks terrified, glancing around the property like she's sure someone's out there lurking. Imagine how rattled she must be, especially with her son's name tied to a high-profile case.
David's mom, Colleen Berg, has been spotted shopping at a Texas pawn and gun store. She was seen leaving the Tomball Pawn and Jewelry near Houston on Thursday, holding an instruction manual for an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. He's the first person close to David to be seen since the news about Celeste broke.
Anybody in that position would be on edge, scared of what's next. And now, with this swatting incident, it feels like whoever's targeting David's family wants to send a message. We've got the body cam footage, and trust me, it's chilling to watch. You can hear the tension in their voices, the confusion, the fear. It's like a scene out of a crime drama. Let's roll that clip and break down exactly what's happening in it.
Is there somebody else that lives on this property that has your address? What's your address? That's it. We got an address. There was a gunshot and a woman screamed. I'm serious. That's why we came up here like this, because and then they talked to the caller. Whoever they were talking to, he said that there's a person dead. Somebody called and said there's something in there. There was a person that they called on themselves. It was like, hey, there's something there.
Someone dead.
That's what we have. I mean, we're gonna take caution, you know what I mean? We're gonna scare you on this. This house is way off the roadway. This one. I'll put it back. I'll get it just like it. Yeah, when it's something like this, when they say somebody's dead, the life matters more than, you know what I mean? I didn't damage your gate, I just opened it. It ain't on their phone.
And this is not a Texas.
Yeah, it's an out-of-state number.
So whoever pulled this off clearly knew what they were doing. They used tech to spoof their location, dialed 911, and even played audio of gunshots and a woman screaming, almost like a Hollywood sound effect. The cops had no choice but to treat it like a real emergency, and it turned into a dangerous false alarm.
I got time to kill, you got time to feel. We got blood to spill, all over the new car seats. Boy, bleeding out.
But now, let's talk about the latest twist with Celeste, because this one feels like there's an ugly campaign happening against her even after she's gone. And that's disturbing because she can't defend herself anymore. Out of nowhere, TMZ dropped a clip recorded on a Nest Cam by one of her neighbors. The date? September 8th, 2024, months before everything went down. In this footage, you can hear Celeste arguing loudly with neighbors, her voice raised, emotions running wild. The neighbors yell back, and it turns into a heated exchange that honestly feels messy and uncomfortable to even listen to.
Right there, I'll tell you where that. See that door right there? Number 2, not 9. Number 2 right there.
Let me talk real quick, okay? You gonna let me talk? No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping. Nah, you tripping. Talk about you ain't tripping. You gonna let a woman talk? Alright, I'm not gonna let your woman talk.
Why is she over here? Again.
Your little house, you don't even got a house.
Hey, bro.
You talk to
Hey, ain't nobody black right here, homie. We're Southsiders right here, homie. We're Southsiders here. Get it right, homegirl. Shut up with your black talking. Shut up. You talking like you're that girl with your black talking. Yeah. Ain't nobody black right here. What are you talking about?
But here's the thing. What does this add to the case? Nothing. It doesn't help the investigation, it doesn't answer questions about where she was, and it doesn't bring clarity to what really happened. What it does do is paint Celeste in a negative light, almost like someone wanted to push a narrative of her being problematic.
I said we're not black over here. Why are you trying to keep saying this? We're not black. Let it go. Go back to your house. You're not doing nothing, bro. What you gonna do? You know, gangster, you ain't nothing, homie. What you are? What you are, but a little girl? What you gonna little girl? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know. You need to go home. Seriously.
I'm not Mexican. It's all the door and you tripping.
Oh my God.
Not you tripping. Move the out of here.
Oh, you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit. You better get over there. Get your ass over there, little girl. Go over there, little girl. You need to do shit. Go. Go. What are you gonna do, bro?
Go call her dad, babe.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, little girl?
Remember, she had already been reported missing months before, back in April 2024, and the Nest Cam clip is from September. That gap shows she had an unstable back-and-forth relationship with her family, disappearing and reappearing, but it still doesn't justify the way this video is being used. One commenter summed it up perfectly. Somebody put this video out just to make her look bad. And if that's true, that's cold-blooded. Even if she wasn't perfect, she still deserves safety, respect, and ultimately justice. Trying to drag her reputation now feels cruel and unnecessary, and it only stirs up more questions about who leaked this and why. This whole thing is heartbreaking. Celeste was so young and no one deserves what happened to her. People keep pointing out that everyone at that age has moments where they argue, yell, or make mistakes, but that shouldn't be used to rewrite her story now. Some are even questioning her family's timeline, when exactly they last saw her, when she called, or when texts were exchanged. The fact that those details aren't crystal clear has fueled a conspiracy online, with people whispering about whether her family could have known more than they shared. Personally, that's a dark angle that doesn't sit right. Her family is grieving, and the thought of them being involved feels impossible. Still, the inconsistencies have people talking. What makes this even stranger is the sudden flood of headlines painting Celeste as troubled, rebellious, or even living some kind of double life.
Excuse me, quick question. Oh shit. What are you up to?
You call me my work clothes, bro. You know, I just got the tie. I'm trying to clean up a little bit.
You think Kyle's gonna get all that out?
I hope so.
What's your name?
David.
How are you feeling today?
It's raining outside. I think I got a cold. I'm kind of sick.
What song do you put on when you're in bed and feeling sick?
Romantic homicide.
How does that one go?
I'm scared. It feels like you don't care.
It's suspicious timing. Many believe David's legal team is pushing these narratives, releasing clips, planting headlines, all to sway public opinion, basically making Celeste look bad so the public feels less sympathy. If that's true, it's one of the coldest PR campaigns we've ever seen. In one clip from that neighbor argument, voices can be heard mocking her, saying things like, "Go on, what you gonna do?" and "Go call your dad." The fact grown adults were belittling her like that is disturbing because no matter how she acted, she was still a kid at heart and deserved protection, not ridicule. After that confrontation, reports say the neighbor's boyfriend even walked over to her house to apologize. Her dad answered the door and, according to accounts, didn't seem overly concerned. But here's where the timeline gets chilling. That Nest Cam video was from September 8th, just a day after her birthday, and exactly 1 year before investigators discovered evidence inside David's Tesla. That raises the million-dollar question. Why wasn't she reported missing again in September 2024 if her behavior showed she was struggling? Something about this entire timeline just doesn't add up, and it leaves more questions than answers. At the end of the day, the facts can't be twisted. Celeste was still a kid, and the last person she was seen with was a grown man. So what's the real purpose of these articles trying to dig up dirt on her? Every teenager rebels, every teen has moments of acting out, but none of that changes the truth. She was the victim. One detail in that Nest Cam clip has people talking, though. It proves she was home in September 2024, even though she'd already been reported missing back in April. That gap is suspicious. What happened during those months? Did she quietly come back home? Was she in and out? It's unclear. Some online voices use this to say teens acting out is normal, while others take it further, blaming bad parenting, or even excusing the chaos as if it was her fault. That mindset is ridiculous. She was young, and now she's gone. That's what matters. But here's where things take an even creepier turn. TMZ actually tracked down one of Celeste's ex-boyfriends to ask about her personal life. Keep in mind, this was someone she dated briefly back when she was just barely into her teens. He gave the interview alongside his mother, which is already odd, and the energy in that video felt off.
Was she sweet? Was she kind? Was she bubbly? What do you remember about her?
She was really kind, and she said she wanted something serious.
And how old were you when you met her?
13 or 14. She said how her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at. She just said they were mean or whatever. She didn't like them.
You guys broke up, and the next thing you know, you find out that she's involved with this internet sensation, David.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen. We were at PE, and she told me and my friend that she was running away. And she said it was because of her parents. And the next day, she wasn't at school. And that's the last time I saw her.
You feel upset about losing the relationship?
Not really. It was kind of clear that we're better as friends. It was kind of sad that I wasn't able to say goodbye, but see how she was doing, when she ran away.
Everyone just needs to be very careful on social media.
Damien told reporters that he'd known Celeste since middle school and admitted her home life was difficult, saying her mom didn't treat her well. He also revealed that when he first heard she was involved with David, he was shocked because he thought she had finally found happiness outside her home situation. He said in his mind, things between her and David looked good, which makes the ending even more chilling.
That David and Celeste were in fact in a romantic relationship. And these friends also say to TMZ that they thought that she was 19. Nope. How about 14? She was 14 when she was killed. That is a minor child. And it's possible that she met David when she was even younger than that, possibly 12 or 13. Now, just based on that information alone, David Burke better hire a very good lawyer.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, mixed by me. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria.
You need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
So why is TMZ platforming teenagers and parents from the sidelines to build this narrative? Why are they focusing on messy details instead of keeping the spotlight on the real issue, how Celeste ended up tied to David in the first place? That's the question the public actually wants answered, and the media seems to be dodging it. While the media keeps dragging Celeste's name, there's another angle people aren't ignoring: David's defense strategy. A lot of observers believe the sudden release of these clips and messy headlines is no coincidence. It feels like a carefully planned move from his lawyer, laying the groundwork to muddy the waters and shift the public's sympathy. Instead of focusing on what David is accused of, attention keeps getting pulled back to Celeste's so-called troubled past. And the timing of all this is way too convenient to overlook. Insiders also point out how Hollywood tends to circle wagons when one of their own is in trouble. Think about it. Damaging clips of Celeste leak, interviews with random exes pop up, headlines question her character, but barely any focus is put on David's inner circle. Instead, the narrative gets tilted, which conveniently makes David look less like a predator and more like someone caught in a messy relationship gone wrong. And yet, every leaked piece of media leaves the public asking the same thing: who benefits from this storyline? Because right now, it doesn't look like justice for Celeste. It looks like damage control for David. Now, I don't really know how much weight Celeste's so-called middle school boyfriend could bring to the table, but he did give a little context. He claimed she was open about wanting to run away and that her home life wasn't exactly stable. But honestly, their relationship sounded like what you'd expect at that age. Innocent, basic, nothing deep or serious. Definitely nothing close to what was going on between her and David. Because, let's be real, the David situation was on a whole other level. We're talking about engagement rings, matching tattoos, and rumors that she might have even been pregnant. Now, according to the autopsy, she wasn't. But people online dug up her own posts from July 2024 where she claimed she was pregnant. If that was true, the timeline is completely off. She would have either given birth already or something else must have happened before. None of it adds up, and the silence from officials isn't helping. This is exactly why so many people are frustrated right now. The pieces don't fit, the timelines clash, and yet we still don't have solid answers. By this point, most of us expected more clarity, maybe even justice. Instead, we're stuck with half-truths, old footage leaking at random, and endless speculation. It's exhausting, but it's also fueling even more outrage. What sticks out most is that Celeste was way too young to be entangled in a situation this serious. And the fact she was paired with a grown man makes it even more disturbing. No matter how people try to spin the story, she deserved protection and a chance at life, not to be remembered through rumors and headlines. But I want to know what you all think. Do you believe David's legal team is trying to spin this whole narrative? And what about that pregnancy timeline? Does any of it make sense to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe for more updates. Because trust me, this story is far from over. I'll see you in the next one, and make sure you watch the next video popping up on your screen for even more celebrity drama.